Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mindy and this is See Mindy Mom, and I have been absent from the YouTubes for a few days because the kids and I have been on fall break and we have been visiting my parents in Oklahoma City, and my husband came and joined us about halfway through because he had some work and stuff to finish up. But we've just been having a good time with family, playing with cousins. The weather has been absolutely beautiful. I've gotten a lot of good walks. I got a 3-mile jog in yesterday. It's just been a really great trip. So I didn't post anything on Friday. I've kind of gotten into this pattern of posting videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. And on Mondays, I tend to post something about health or weight loss, or weight maintenance, some kind of thing along those lines. And on Wednesdays, when I've been posting grocery hauls, meal plans, maybe recipe shares down the road if I don't have a grocery haul and meal plan to post. And then on Fridays, it's kind of like potpourri. Maybe it's a what I eat today video or an update on something, a 10-day challenge video or something like that. But it's Sunday and I'd like to put something up for tomorrow. And I have something that I've been thinking about a lot, and I just thought I would talk it out with you guys and see what you think too. I have been debating whether or not I need to change the way I shop and buy start thinking about buying higher quality food. And by higher quality food, I mean organic, non-GMO, pasture-raised, grass-fed, all that stuff that we read about. And one of the reasons why I've never fully committed to that is because, again, just like diet advice, just like all the diets out there, and trying to wade through what is really the best nutrition, like vegan or keto or just counting calories or whatever. I've talked about that before, about how it's overwhelming, the amount of information on that topic, and that everybody has studies and everybody has research and everybody has anecdotal evidence to support it, blah, blah, blah. I feel that way about the organic versus conventional food debate. Because, you've got people who make a lot of sense, who say chemicals and hormones in our food are one of the contributing factors to some of our health problems. And, they'll have these statistics and this data, and they'll tell you all the gross ways that our food is made that we buy in the grocery store. But then on the other hand, you have these people on the other end of the spectrum who say that's really a racket to get us to pay more for our food. We don't have enough long-term data or any data really to support that organic or high quality foods are better nutritionally. Yes, there are chemicals that we use to raise and grow our food, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad for us, especially in negligible amounts. And it makes food more accessible and cheaper. I mean, it's just really hard to wade through it and decide whose study is better than the other study. Who's telling the truth, who's skewing the data. Probably everybody. And here's kind of where the query for me is. When people say, they switched to organic, they buy, locally raised produce, they buy non-GMO products, grains and stuff, they buy hormone-free, grass-fed dairy and meat, organic chicken, pastured eggs. Are they really healthier because, I'm going to sit down for a minute. Are they really healthier because that stuff is organic? Or do they feel better? Are they healthier? Have they lost weight because organic foods tend to be whole foods? Had to switch hands, sorry. What I mean by that is, when you're talking about eating organic or just high quality foods, grass-fed, pasture-raised, all that stuff, non-GMO, you're really talking mostly about meats, dairy, and fruits and vegetables, right? So is somebody healthier for having chosen to go to eat that stuff organic? Or are they healthier because we tend to buy and consume a lot less processed stuff, and we tend to eat a little bit less anyway because those foods are slightly more expensive. So maybe we're more, attuned to portion sizes and stuff because that, organic chicken that I'm buying is 4 times the price. So I'm going to make sure that my portion size is not more than, is appropriate because I want it to go as far as it possibly can. Am I making sense? Like, I would be interested in something where they studied, here's 2 sets of people who ate exactly the same foods, and it was a quote-unquote healthy diet of fruits and vegetables and good sources of proteins, limited processed stuff, limited sugar, but one of them ate conventional foods and one of them ate organic foods, and really see, okay, is there a difference between the conventional foods healthy diet and the organic foods healthy diet? But so far, you know, I haven't really seen that, and obviously that would take years, and who knows. So anyhow, I'm just kind of playing around with that idea. And one of the things too is, you guys, I've always tried to be just really down to earth and really everyday, average, ordinary household. And I'm still not talking about buying odd stuff. I mean, I'm still not going to be making like hemp seed pumpkin oatmeal. I mean, I'm just making that up. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, I'm basically just talking about meat, dairy, and some produce. Although there's lots of produce that I don't worry about even buying organic, because we either peel it, or because stuff like broccoli and asparagus, I've read, you know, they don't use a lot of pesticides on anyway because they don't work real well, and those aren't really pest-laden crops. So, you know, like I could still do grocery hauls and meal plans and what's for dinners, and it would still be ground beef and, you know, chicken, and making the stuff in the crock pot that I make. It would just be subbing out those, you know, higher quality quote unquote ingredients. So if you didn't want to buy organic or grass fed or whatever, you could just buy the regular stuff, and still make the stuff that I make. So it's not that I think, you know, I don't think it would make me inaccessible. And I don't know, maybe it would help somebody out there, because we still have a budget. You know, I can't just go out and spend tons and tons of money. But one of the things I've noticed too is that a lot of stores, even like Walmart and Target, are starting to carry more products that are along those lines. And I also live within 3 miles of a Whole Foods, a Sprouts, 2 Aldis, several Walmarts and Targets, and then Trader Joe's is also just 4 miles from me. So the cost isn't really an excuse for me anymore, because when I look around at the sale flyers, and I've been looking in the stores like what the products are. Oh, we have a Costco too, even though I don't have a membership, but they carry a lot of good quality stuff too. But when I look at the prices, I'm like, yeah, I still think I could do this for about $100 a week. Like, I think I could feed my family. I think I could make the switch to higher quality meats, dairy, and produce and still come in at around $100 a week. Would I have to be more savvy with my shopping and kind of watch for sales and maybe stock up on stuff when it's on sale? Yes. Would I have to maybe clip a couple coupons here and there? Sure. Would I have to cook from scratch more? Yeah, but I think I already am doing that. You know, like making the beans in the crock pot last week. Would I have to be a little savvier with my recipes? Probably, but I think it's possible, even without adding too much time or too much money to my grocery budget and my meals. I think I could probably make the switch. I don't want to seem uppity either. I don't want to be that person who's like, well, I got this at Whole Foods and you can go and get it too, and have people say, well, yeah, you know, I can't pay $7 a pound for chicken breast. I mean, I get that. We've been there too. So I still want to be, you know, accessible to everybody. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you still watch if my grocery hauls had more of that kind of stuff in it? Or if it started to be like, hey, here's how you can do this on a budget if you have some of these stores in your area? I don't know. I'm interested in what you guys think about all that. I also really feel like eating healthy, quote unquote, is a spectrum, and it's not really black or white. It's not, well, we eat healthy or we eat unhealthy. It's this like spectrum of standard American diet, you know, that's high sugar, high fat, highly processed, low fiber. And then on the way other end of the spectrum might be, you know, whole foods that are responsibly sourced, locally grown, you know, raised without chemicals, da-da-da-da-da. But most of us probably fall somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. I feel like over the last couple of years, I've started to change what I buy, how much I buy, trying to eat less processed stuff, trying to cook at home more. And so I feel like I'm to that point in this journey where I'm kind of ready for, okay, now it's time to cut out a few more of the processed things maybe. Now it's time to really think about what's the best kind of dairy I can buy, and what's some produce that I probably should be buying organic, like from, you know, from the Dirty Dozen list and stuff. I just feel like I'm to the point on that spectrum. I don't want to overwhelm somebody and make them think that to be healthy or to make steps towards a healthy lifestyle, you have to automatically jump from one end of the spectrum to the other. I don't think that. You know, I'm still gonna drink diet soda, which is probably really horrible for me. But, you know, it's about baby steps. And maybe if I just focus on these few areas in my grocery haul where if I'm a savvy shopper, I can start to make some changes to the quality of food that we're buying. After I get the hang of that, then maybe it'll be, well, I'm gonna learn how to drink tea instead of soda. You know, and maybe after that it's gonna be, well, I'm gonna really try to cut out the artificial sweeteners. I think it's just kind of a baby step process. But what do you guys think? How do you feel about the organic versus conventional question? Is there something to it? You know, I didn't even get into the environmental things. There are lots of people who, you know, one of the arguments for organic food is that it's better for the environment, the way that they raise it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's all a hoax? Or do you think it's something we should all strive for if we can? Do you think you would still watch videos if I said, hey, here's how I feed my family for $100 a week and buy, you know, this kind of food, organic, grass-fed, non-GMO, blah, blah, blah? Or is that all just a waste of time and money and I should just keep my grocery budget as low as I can and, you know, allow my family to be more generous with the money that we have? Because we want to be good stewards with what we have, including our money. Just food for thought for today. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching and love it if you give this a thumbs up and leave a kind comment, and we'll have a kind, friendly discussion in the comment section. That's what I have for you guys. Check in later. Bye.